up very religious?
I did, yeah.
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 Are you still?
I see value in it, and I respect like people's beliefs and believing it, as long as they don't impede in other people's lifestyles and stuff. Like I think the problem comes when like you get to a point where you're like, yeah, I believe this, but also gay people shouldn't be able to be treated like regular people or have rights. I'm like, well, that's probably not good. I remember one of the last times I ever actually went to church regularly, like the priest said something about like, you know, we face a lot of problems as modern day Christians, like racism, terrorism, gay marriage. And I was like, that's not the same. And I just remember, I was like, this was maybe 6-7 years ago, but I remember I was standing there being like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think those things are the same as each other.
It's almost like it's like a setup for a joke where
Yeah,
you're
it's like a
listing
rule of three,
and their
bro.
last one's a switch, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh no, you were serious. Okay.
The priest rule of three'd me, you know? And so I remember being like, I don't know if this is my place anymore
Yeah.
but I'm not like a diehard, you know, sometimes you meet people who are like diehard atheists.
Yeah.
To the point that you're almost as annoying as like a Jehovah's Witness knocking on the door because you're actually like...
You're trying to convert people to atheism.
Yeah,
like you're just being annoying about it.
You're not seeing why people see value in something. Like, you know, like a lot of people are looking for like meaning in their life. And like, you know, if it gives you meaning to like believe in something, I'm like, as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're not impeding anyone's rights to do stuff, I'm like, good. You know, like life's hard enough as is. If it can fill that hole in your heart.
Yeah.
You know, and then those same people who are like atheists will like be depressed because they're like, life is nothing, and they're like, die, like, you know, just be so nihilistic about the world. And I'm like, I don't want to hang out with you. What the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and so I see value in it. I'd say I'm agnostic. Like I'm open to what's, you know, I'm open, but I'm not so arrogant that I claim to know what is actually out there. You know, because I think there's something bigger.
That's bold.
I know.
To admit.
Yeah, this is from the same episode where I just said I love Ashley Simpson pieces of me. Duality, you know. Man is complicated.
Duality of man, yeah.
But yeah, so like I think I don't want to. Yeah, I'm trying to be humble and trying to, you know, be open to things.
Yeah.
Are you religious? Did you grow up religious?
I grew up like pretty Christian. I've talked about it on other episodes, but I totally agree with you that like I'm kind of in a place now where I'm like, you know, like if I was talking about this the other day with my boyfriend, that I was like, if I ever had kids, like I'd probably get them baptized, like just in case, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like maybe, like I don't know, like
Pascal's
something.
wager. Have you heard of that?
No.
Do you know what Pascal's wager is?
No.
Yeah, literally. So it's like Pascal's wager is the idea that you don't know what's out there. So if you chose to believe in something now and like believed in God, if God was real, then the risk that you get from like believing in him being real and then going to heaven is way greater than like if you were like, he's definitely not real, but then he ends up being real.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But you got nothing to lose if he wasn't real and you believed
did it.
and you're gone. You had nothing to lose anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the most butchered version of that explanation. But do you know what I mean?
That. Yeah. That was essentially my thought process with that. And there was like, I mean, even still to this day, I think there's a lot of like obviously similarities between religions. Like I don't think we get there and it's like, you know, slim Jesus, thick cut Jesus on the cross, shredded Jesus is there and he's like, well, actually I was right. Everybody else is
like,
wrong.
I've been checking your file and you've been a good girl. Get in here.
That's hilarious. I would actually love that. This is like, the first sensation I have in heaven is just like being wet. Like, it's just like I'm like, wow, this really is pure bliss. Like,
whoa, what is even up here? You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Luigi's here too. All right.
It's a great day. Wow,
holy shit.
Oh my god. But I think there's something really, jokes aside, I think there's something really beautiful about like the practice of just like prayer and believing in something like bigger than you. And I think that helps, at least me, helps a lot with like my mental health and anxiety and like sometimes just like going in spirals of things and you're just like, like anytime I'm trying to like control or predict something that like is obviously outside of my control, like I think maybe other people that didn't grow up religious can probably just like send it off into the abyss or I don't know, maybe something else. But for me, it's like, I don't know, because of those roots, they run so deep. Like it's nice to kind of think of like a man in the sky taking care of that.
I think that all like prayer is just meditating.
Yeah.
That's all, but you're directing it to someone.
Yeah.
I once heard, this is another story that I want to tell on stage. I haven't written it yet, but I once heard I was on a bus and I sat in front of these two girls talking to each other. And then one of them was like, oh, I can't believe they're talking about their other friend who was like newly religious.
Yeah.
And they're like, all gone Christian now, blah, blah, blah. And like, I can't believe, and they have to pray every morning. And it's like a whole thing. And then later on, I remember eavesdropping in a conversation again. One of them was the same girl, actually, was like, oh, yeah, that's why, you know, if you want this job, you have to believe in it. You know, you have to like manifest the like, to the universe. I'm like, that's the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
Praying to something and then manifesting to something is praying to the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're just manifesting.
Was there a moment in your childhood where you were like, I am actually better at this than everybody else?
Yeah, my mom used to make me read the Bible passages at church.
Oh,
in front of
it
everyone.
goes back to the religious
Yeah.
lore. Okay.
My mom, I owe a lot of me not being scared on stage to my mom forcing me to read in front
at
of a
church.
congregation.
And
yeah.
you read the best.
Yeah, it would suck, like, but it didn't. Now it means I'm not scared to stand in front of people.
Interesting.
So I got past that fear way early.
Yeah, that's actually hilarious because like my first like public speaking
Was it
like
stand-up?
theater stuff. No, it was also at church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was again up there reading things. I just loved.
What'd you do?
I would like go up and like read the Bible verse.
Oh, yeah, same.
before the
Like first
the
reading.
pastors. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I would practice all the hard, weird words that
Like
nobody
Corinthians.
Like,
The fuck.
nobody know, or like the towns of like the places where
Yeah.
you're just like where the
Oh, yeah.
Bethesda,
The
whatever. and
Mesopotamians.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're like,
exactly.
oh.
Yeah, you get
All
it,
right.
you get it.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
we would also have like plays.
Yeah.
At, like the church as well. And I'm not talking just like a nativity scene play
yeah.
where I really wanted to be Mary every single year.
Did you ever get it?
No. And I'm
Damn.
still salty about that. Mary's the main bitch, in case any of you aren't familiar with
Or you're like
Christianity.
one of the donkeys in the manger or some
No,
shit?
well, actually, one year I think I was a lamb, so not far off.
That's a step up from
And
donkey.
another year I was a wise man with my brother.
That's so funny.
That's so bad. Isn't
Which
this-
one were you, like Myrrh? Which one of the wise men were you?
I can't remember, but I don't even think I was the good one.
You weren't gold. Gold was the gold.
yeah,
right?
yeah, gold was.
Oh, you're
the,
frankincense, bro.
Yeah, that would be.
Frankincense
this is-
red flag.
Yeah,
You bring
Those
a girl
are-
frankincense on a date?
That's yeah, that's gross. Yeah. He comes up, he's like, wait, babe, this is an essential oil. You can use this for your diffuser. Like, don't you love this? Like, what's going on?
Yo, I got that bitch
Bring back
frankincense.
frankincense, okay? You know, like let's get that popping.
Sponsored by frankincense. Get it at your Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah. Which is also owned by Loblaws, in case people want to know.
Ah,
But
damn
yeah.
it.